a vaccine injury, and to me that's sad but not surprising, if you know what I mean. Please let me know if you can hear me. So welcome to the ASX Speed webinar for today, which is Friday the 21st of April 2023. And welcome to those who are new, and welcome to those who are just getting used to it. New line. Next week I will have Monday off and Tuesday off, the Anzac Day long weekend. I will do probably a solo speed webinar where I'll record it rather than have you come in and ask me questions. I think that might be probably the better way to do it. Otherwise, we'll kind of might screw up. I'll be driving and there's quite a few things I've got to do. I've got to go down to the Riverina area and then probably to the northern part of Victoria. So all in 4 days, so I might be a bit all over the place. New line. Now, I have been saying that we would expect a turning point coming towards the end of April, early May, and we should expect some down moves. New line. What I have seen is that we are now probably in that zone now, and I'll get on with the disclaimer and warning. As you can see, this is general advice only by Ades Trading Proprietary Limited, a corporate or authorised representative AR 289519 of Alpha Securities, AFSL 330757, 118 Clarence Street, Sydney. This is general product advice and does not constitute financial product advice and does not take into account your investment objectives, financial situations or particular needs. Prior to seeking advice from Ades Trading Proprietary Limited, you should obtain and consider your broker's financial services guide, as well as mine and the PDS from platform providers that you trade with. And you can go to profithunters.com.au and look for that in the legals area. And just remember, I'm doing this as my best endeavors. I don't have perfect information. I have flawed information. I will always ask you to trade with a stop loss, or at least have a get out time if you get into trades that go wrong that may emanate from here. So always look for my stop loss. If you can't see a stop loss, please ask me and I will give you that stop loss. New line. We have short-term bear pause warnings in the following Australian shares. New line. AGL.ASX, which we've had a very good trade on. We've taken profit on last week and we're looking to get back in on a dip. New line. AMP.ASX, new line. AWC.ASX, new line. Let's have a look at that. We haven't looked at that, I think. New line. Yearly charts, column. And on the yearly charts, what we're seeing here is a big decline, and it's having an inside year so far. We look up towards $2.28 on the next movement up, if we are lucky enough to see one, and have a stop loss at $1.52, new line. I beg your pardon, $1.37, new line. While I am doing this, you will see that I will say new line. That's to go with the transcript, new line. Monthly charts column, we see we're not permission long for this. We can have a stop loss at $1.37 also on this time frame, new line. Weekly charts column, we can see a nice rally up to the top of the channel, a little bit through. We're seeing a little bit of sounds of bullishness, but I wouldn't rule out a pullback down towards $1.45 for a buying opportunity with a stop loss below $1.40, new line. Daily charts column, we see the sell signal the buy signal we see, which precedes a sell signal, looking to pull back down towards $1.54 with a stop loss below $1.50 if you are wishing to buy down there. Notice volume has been kicking up as price is going down, so only nibble on a little bit. You might get a better level to get long at if you want to get long, new line. In terms of cycles, we see the cycles start, as I warned earlier, that even though I was forecasting that we should get the next bear period at the end of April, early May, that we're probably now entering that now. I started that last week and early this week, telling you about that new line. We also have BLD.ASX, CSL.ASX, CSR.ASX, IAG.ASX, LLC.ASX, NCM.ASX, NWS.ASX, ORI.ASX, STO.ASX, TAH.ASX, WOW.ASX as useful stocks for thinking they may be going down, new line. We have stocks to watch in AMP.ASX also, new line. We have stocks to watch in Leolithium.ASX, LLL.ASX, Leolithium, new line. I have some of this, new line, new line. We've looked at this recently, new line, refer back to previous things for the yearly charts, new line. Weekly charts column, we can see it's got to the top of the channel. At the moment, probably a pullback down to 47 cents would make sense. Volume is neither here nor there, but the channel, I think, is the guiding ceremony, new line. In terms of seasons, we don't have really much to think about, new line. Really, if you're looking to buy at 46 cents, you might even wait for a dip down to the 44 cents area with a stop loss below 40 cents, new line. Daily charts, we see the buy signal that precedes a pullback. We look down towards 50 cents with a stop loss if you're buying below 45 cents for a short-term trade. Shortly, we will not yet permissioned long on many things. It's more of a bottom pick, and in terms of pattern, it's nice to see an ABC decline and then a rally, then another dip which failed to go on with the job to the downside. So there's some nice things here. I can understand totally why it's a tad confused as well. New line. My webcam is trying to load, taking up 1/4 of the screen. Or turn. You can actually choose not to have it on there, so I didn't realise it had started up by itself, which is kind of annoying. So I've turned it off, so you shouldn't be seeing that. Can't see anything. That should be off now. It is being recorded at the moment. You can only see loading webcam. Has it changed? It's gone. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know it automatically loaded. New line. New line. We've covered Ether Stack. We've covered Gulawa. Let's see. There was one I wanted to have a look at. We've done Arrow Metals. We've done Dreadmort this week. What about we've done New Line, NIC.ASX, Nickel Industries, New Line. Weekly charts column. We can see it's banging on the door. We're still not permission long at the moment, and probably needs a pullback down towards 89 cents with a stop loss below 80 cents if you decide to buy it. New line. Daily charts, we see the buy signal that precedes a sell and a return back down to about 93 cents. We should have a stop loss of probably about 88 cents if you're picking up at 93 cents. Few reasons to be long on this chart. Volume has been kind of okay on the up move, so just look for a pullback more so in this for picking up. Whether that's 2 or 3 weeks down the track, I don't know. New line, that would be my guess. New line. The wedgies, which may feel the squeeze up, included BBOZ.ASX. The Beta Shares Australia's strong bear, new line. So we've also been looking for reasons to get out of our longs, new line. And BBUS.ASX, the Beta Shares strong equity bear market ETF as well, full stop, new line. Let's look at BBUS. BB in Arabic means grandmother, new line. If you really want to know, new line. We can see this has been grovelling ever since it was born, new line. It even grovelled during higher interest rates, new line. That's on the monthly charts, new line. Weekly charts, we might get a little bit more clarity, new line, and we can see it just keeps on rolling down the hill. Notice volume is decreasing as price is falling, so we suspect it could have a rally, but it's always an ETF where you got to get in, get out, and get off real quickly, as Cindy would say. So eloquently, new line. Stop loss should be at $9 if you are into this. Let's have a look at what it did. Because this data, I'm still doing my update on this particular service at the moment, and it's not updated for yesterday, new line. Daily charts column. You can see a retest of the old low, and you'll notice that it really is a scrappy ETF, so you don't want to day trade it. Maybe you do want to day trade it, but It's more something that has all the gaps that you can't trust to ever be filled there, Mark. Looking up towards $9.27. Stop loss below $9.07 if you are into it. New line. XAO.ASX, all ordinaries index, new line. The All Ordinaries has been triangulating a bit and being quite dull, new line. A break below 75.20 looks for 74.72 and my preferred area at 73.94, new line. I think that's what I'll probably do over the next few days, new line, just break down, new line. XJO.ASX, ASX 200, new line. In this area, the level I gave to you the other day is almost the same as the level I'll give you today. Will be at 73.20, new line. A breakdown looks for 72.82 and 72.12, new line. We have been reducing our self-managed super fund, our SMS allocations, and looking for lower and better levels to buy in at, new line. XFJ.ASX financials index, we've been thinking about maybe 64.89. At first we were thinking about into the 62.20 areas, and then it kind of popped and then just ignored the target we were interested in. At the moment, could go still to 64.89, but stop loss needs to be at 62.93, full stop, new line. Refer to the commodities section for what we think on US long-term interest rates. They're actually quite interesting about the bonds, what's going on in the bond market at the moment. We've just had a short on in the bonds. We've taken profit on that and today, and so have a look at that and see what to do in the bond market if you've been shorting it or if you've been buying it. New line. ANZ.ASX, new line. Daily charts, Colin. We had a nice long trade from ANZ. We took profit, and then it continued on without us. The next target level is of course the $24.67 area. That's kind of nice. It's just nudging it yesterday. If you are still long, have a stop loss at $24.04 on this one, new line. You might want to bank 1/2 of your cash at $24.67 to $24.70, new line. ANZ.ASX, sorry, CBA.ASX, new line. New line, daily charts, Colin. We see this broke through the level. I took a little bit of profit on my own account, and I'm now hoping for $104.41. Those people who held for the dividend are probably getting a little bit rewarded at the moment, but it's been a long wait, new line. NAB.ASX, new line. This had done a small retracement and it's blown through that. Next one is $29.23. Stop loss if long, $28.50. Full stop, new line. WBC.ASX, Westpac, new line. Daily charts, Colin. I took a little bit of profit on this. We had a PHG trade. We made some money. It's still going. And I think I'm not sure if we're fully out of Westpac, but I think it's been going on okay. Look for $23.14. Let me just remind myself about the PHG trade. No, we're out of Westpac as well, new line. We're hoping for a dip to buy in ANZ, full stop, new line. XMJ.ASX Materials Index, new line. Materials Index had a bit of a tub thumping, looking down towards 18,341 to 18,486. I kind of think it's not likely to be as strong as it should. I didn't think it should be as strong as it was. It popped its head up and has failed. So at the moment, I think maybe our index has got a bit of a double whammy going on today. New line, it might be a bit weaker for the materials index, and possibly the banks might be a little bit suspect. New line. FMG.ASX, new line. Daily charts column. We can see 3 drives to a top, double top, many tops along here. Really needs to get above $23.50 for Twiggy to put a smile on his dial. Look down towards $19.95, particularly if $21.60 is broken. New line. MIN.ASX Mineral Resources, new line. Now this is a fairly substantial materials index stocks, and just notice this big smacking. It's had these three lower tops, so it could turn pretty ugly, looking down towards $73.13 or $69.33 on the daily charts column. Let's go up, right up the time frame to monthly charts column. We can see the monthly charts is breaking down, and volume is kind of heavy last month and probably heavy this month. We suffer a bit from lack of days for volume in March because of Easter. I think it's Easter. Yeah, was Easter in April, or yeah, in whatever. April suffers certainly from Anzac Day and suffers from Easter. So look down towards $74.04. And even as low as $63.46 would kind of be my concept. New line. Weekly charts column. We see that the suppression rally, it rallied up and then it got smacked. So a close below $79.27 looks for $74.04 on the downside. New line. It's still trying to hold on to the bull, and even so, it could still get down to $64.54 if it keeps up this poor behaviour. New line. XEJ.ASX Energies Index, new line. On the Energies Index, we can have a stop loss at 10,382 and look down towards 9,991, new line. We're seeing a breakdown as expected in the crude oil. We're seeing a strong breakdown in the unleaded gasoline, or RBOB gasoline, Henry Hub gas, I guess it's called these days, new line, as well as heating oil, under the pressure of the fact that the US has no longer control over energy products, and countries are very free to buy off Russia, so they're getting cheap Russian diesel. New line. BPT.ASX. Feel free to ask me any questions as you go. New line. Monthly charts, Colin. Beach Energy is it's had a bit of a hit, and really it's kind of confused. I don't know whether it's management have actually said that they've got any resources to, any future resources to do what their main business is. I think that last announcement I saw from them is they're running out of product. At the moment it's confused and can roam back up to $1 if it gets above $1.60 new line. Sorry, $1.80 if it gets to above $1.60 new line. Weekly charts, Colin. Look for a pullback down towards $1.42 for a potential pickup, and have a stop loss below $1.39 if it does want to have a dip. New line. Daily charts, Colin. We see it's doing the dip at the moment on the dailies. It's just done a bit of a retracement, but it's not really jumping away, so I'd still expect maybe a little bit further down towards that $1.39. So you might want to change your stop loss to $1.38, stop close only, if you're buying dips. New line. XGD.ASX gold index, new line. The price of gold has wafted around. The price of silver has put us long overnight. So we might think about some silver mines. We look down towards 70.17 on the downside, new line. Still think that's quite feasible with a bit of a correction in the US dollar against the overall down move as it disappears up its own bum, new line, or down its own bum deliberately, new line. Gold stocks questions, new line. SAU.ASX, new line. Southern Gold, new line. Monthly charts, Colin. This is digging its own toilet, new line. Not a lot to look here, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. Needs to get above 2.6 cents to be good. Have a stop loss below 2 cents, new line. If you wanted to play that dangerous game, new line. Daily charts, Colin. We can see tries to get up and it gets knocked down again, new line. BGL.ASX, new line. Daily charts, Colin. We covered this the other day. We've seen a nice retracement, probably heading towards that $1.32 to $1.33 still, new line. SLR.ASX. Silver Lake, new line, we've been thinking about buying down towards $1.10. You might do a little nibble at $1.15 and have a stop loss at $1.05, new line. At the moment, volume's picking up on the downside, so we don't need to be too in love with SLR, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. Weekly charts are just hanging on there. I do think it's worthwhile buying in the longer run. New line. New line. RMS.ASX, Ramelius, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. Looking for a pullback down towards $1.23. If you're looking to buy there, you have a stop loss below $1.18 and regroup at $1.10 if you want to get back in if you're stopped out, new line. Daily charts, Colin. We see this is more of a correction the way volume's going, so we look for that zone around $1.23 to $1.30 to see if it can hold on the daily charts and give us the right buy sort of signals, new line. WGX.ASX, Westgold for Paul, which has been one of his favourites, new line. Daily charts, Colin. You see a little bit of a break, but notice the volume's not so bad, so maybe it can make it to $1.24 on this side and $1.33 full stop, new line. I think I'm hallucinating the same stock when these ones have got exactly the same prices that I'm calling, so you might, picking it up at $1.23, probably stop loss should be at $1.10 medium term and $1.16 short term, new line. XHJ.ASX, healthcare index, new line. We've seen it rally up to 44,464. We look down towards 43,317. Have a stop loss below 43,970. We've been thinking this is going to run out of puff. It's come down as expected. A little bit of a rally. It shows a bit of weakness the way that it stuck its head up, new line. CSL.ASX, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. On the weekly charts, we can see it's broken down a little bit on the weekly, so looking for $296 or $294. And probably because it came up to the top end of the range and it really is forming a weird pattern, it probably looks for $268. It's been doing a fair amount of laps of honour between 300 and 270 really, new line. Daily charts, Colin. Again, we see on the dailies it's been a good rally up and up to that high and then a pullback, and now it's done a 61.8, so we expect that $294 area to happen if it breaks $298, so have a stop loss there, new line. That's if you're a shorter term trader, new line. Information Technologies Index, we can see beautiful pinball sort of stuff. things that make me go bing. Look down to 1544 and 1532. Have a stop loss at 1560, new line. APX.ASX, Appen, new line. I believe this was put up as an information technologies index stock. Appen, monthly charts. We can see this is a pretty well a fallen angel. It's probably fallen enough that if management hasn't stolen everything out of the company, it probably will survive. Stop can be at $2.55, just so it's you don't lose all your money. At the moment, it's trying and may get to $4.67 to $4.78, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. On the weekly charts, $3.92 to $4.18 are quite feasible if it gets above $3.07. One problem is it's only a correction. Notice the lack of volume on the rally, new line. If you're buying the breakout, have a stop loss at $2.59, new line. Daily charts, Colin. On the daily charts, we see diddly squat, really. It's a little bit of a flag, so a close above $2.90. A close above $2.90 is a buy with a stop loss below $2.72, hoping for $3.10. New line. I hate to say, but it's kind of okay in a weird way. New line. You would also look for $3.40 to $3.36. $3.36. EML.ASX, EML payments, new line. This is one of our PHG trades. We got in kind of around that 44 cents area. We got in for some more on the break up when it was at 61, 62 cents. We took some profit at 70 cents. We're still running it, new line. The way it's come back, just a one-day decline on a little bit less volume, and it's retested the old top. So if this can open a little bit higher, we'd expect a push towards that 85 cents to 87 cents or 88 cents, full stop, new line. We lifted our stop loss up to 70 cents. I think we'll keep that there, new line. Give it a bit of space. If you wish to add and it provides strength on open, then probably like to go with it again, full stop, new line. Been a great run for it. It's basically nearly doubled itself since we've got in, and that's over the course of a couple of weeks, new line. XPJ.ASX property index, new line. One of the things that lawyers have been doing is to invest in massive amounts of student accommodation in Sydney and Melbourne and probably Brisbane. It's a company called Scape. If you ever look at the Melbourne skyline, you'll see all these Scape things popping up, new line. Down in Kensington, near the University of Sydney, of New South Wales at least, which is in the city of Sydney, we see that Scape is building massive 15-story apartment blocks down along Anzac Parade, completely screwing up the ambience of what was once a great parade, really beautiful with all of the nice wide centerpieces with trees and things. And they've absolutely destroyed it with the tram and make it a horrible environment. But they're sticking a lot of students. These lawyers knew what the government was doing from a long way back, and they've populated massive amounts of the centre of Melbourne as the education city, and Sydney's doing it the same and making it horrible and horrible to live in. Melbourne's horrible to be in, the Melbourne city. I don't know if you've been there recently, but it's just swarms of people. And it's very profitable for them. But you can't invest in it because these lawyers are insiders with the government of Victoria particularly. And I imagine that's where a lot of the bribery is going into the Labor Party of Victoria, you know. Or at least the corruption. It's not really bribery, they're just all in it together. Have a stop loss at 1350. This index itself should go up to 1433, full stop in line. I tell you what will happen is when Scape lists and lets the public get a hold of the assets that they've built up, you'll know that the end of the education boom and the rort will be over. So watch for that listing, it'll be a sign. New line. Maybe they'll put it into an REIT or something like that. I don't know, but they'll cash out to get rich. New line. I'm not sure. We've covered quite a few property stocks lately. Let's have a look at growth properties again. Oh no, let's look at DXS, Dexus. New line. Daily charts column. This is doing okay, but no volume, so only look for $7.96 on the daily charts. At the moment, you can buy dips down to $7.75 with a stop loss below $7.66. New line. Weekly charts, we see it popping up, and it's been going up on kind of boring volume. This week probably doesn't give us any much excitement, so if it can get above $8.04, look for $8.27 on the higher time frame. Dip buying can still be okay down to $7.75 this week. New line. Monthly charts column. We see no joy in the monthly chart other than $8.27 is feasible if it can get above $8. New line. In this case, have a stop loss below $7.56. New line. XTJ.ASX, Telecoms Index. New line. Have a breakdown below 1537, look for 1516 on the downside. New line. TLS.ASX, new line. Daily charts column, it's trying towards the old top, and the trend is certainly up, but a failure will shock a few people below $4.23, look for $4.18, and maybe a pick up with the stop loss below $4.13, stop close only. New line. XSO.ASX, Small Ordinaries Index, new line. We can see this backing off a little bit, but nothing really terrible Muriel. And as a mark of what I'm talking about with computers and things, I'm just looking at my account balance in one of my brokers. and suddenly it's $5,000 different to what was yesterday on almost no movement in stock prices. So there's something screwy about what my broker is telling me at the moment. Just like when the Elon didn't work for the internet yesterday. Maybe it's because his Space Explorer launch blew up, and of course we know that they'll probably try and kill him. But at least that would have been deliberate on the behalf of the US establishment, because he's having a good go at them, new line, and the US government, new line. Robert F. Kennedy will be probably assassinated like his dad and uncle before him for opposing the Biden regime. Puppet, new line. He's a very good man, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a very good man. And he's a lawyer too. He's done so many good things over the years. He really has. At the moment, the Small Ordinaries Index is looking like a little bit of a descending triangle, so a flip down to 28.68 or 28.12 would be feasible in line. Small and mid-cap stocks questions, new line. I think I've covered a few of those. I'll check what's in the box from my question box today. New line. TLX.ASX, Telex Pharmaceuticals, new line. Monthly charts column, we can see this just booming. Dips to buy either to $8.82 with an $8.60 stop loss, or $8.20 with an $8 stop loss, new line. Targets are to infinity and beyond, new line. No, not really. Probably $10.30, new line. Weekly charts column. We see $10.57 to $10.20 as the target. Dips to buy down to $8.70 with a stop loss below $8.26, new line. Daily charts column. Look to buy a pullback down to $9.05 to $9.20 with a stop loss below $9, new line. SYR.ASX, Syrah Resources, new line. Monthly charts column, we can see it's found some support. It was written up by some company as being undervalued. I think it might have been Morgan Stanley or something like that, new line. I can agree with it on some things, but I can't agree with how poor it's behaving, new line. So I'd worry if it closes below $1.48, new line. Weekly charts column. Weekly charts haven't really panned out well for it. Needs a break above $1.66, looking for $1.92 on the top side, new line. Daily charts column. on the daily charts have a stop loss at $1.50. $1.52, full stop, new line. COB.ASX, cobalt blue, new line. Monthly charts column. Life has been bad for this. Stop loss should be at 30 cents. Look up towards 45 cents. Full stop, new line. Weekly charts column. We see this has rallied fairly meekly over the past 4 or 5 weeks. A breakdown below 33 cents looks with 27 cents on the downside, new line. Daily charts column. Have a stop loss at 33 cents. Things are not looking good for this one, you know. I think you need a stop loss at 35 cents or 33 cents really. Have a stop loss at 33 cents, or exit gracefully towards 36 cents, new line. I think that's about it, new line. Let's see what's going on in the real world, new line. XJO.ASX, ASX 200, we're just waiting for a little bit to come through, new line. At the moment, tried to go up first thing this morning, didn't like it. Now it's probably peeling off a little bit. Anyway, this is a weekly chart, so daily charts we're seeing a little bit of a breakdown straight off the bat. Down 42 at the moment. I think we're going to see more of this today, new line. If you did the portfolio cleanup as I said, things are probably looking better for you. The surprise move today is Southern Gold. And I've just found I'm getting live data on this, which is good. Surprise move is Southern Gold, who's gone up a little bit, about 0.001 of a cent. Might make some people happy. I think that's it. PHG trades are coming up now. We're looking to buy AGL at $8.24. That's been so that's been pulling back. We'll wait for that level. Okay, and new line. EML.ASX, new line. We have EML.ASX. We have a stop loss that we moved up yesterday to 70 cents, but doesn't seem to have been changed in this box. Don't know why, but I'll save the changes just to make sure that's going through. New line. We are still waiting for lower in James Hardie and RMD, new line. PDN.ASX, we had a stop loss at 60 cents or 62 cents for PDN. And 62 cents stop close only, hasn't been taken out yet. What's it trading at right now? An update having that one. I'm thinking to clean out of this. It's not going anywhere fast and looking a bit slippery. Let's close this out right now at market. It's currently trading 62 cents on the downside. You might want to try and get out towards 63 cents or so if you're into it, but with the overall market being a little bit dodgy, let's exit gracefully. 62 cents. New line, SLC.ASX. New line, SLC.ASX Super Loop. Stock is at 57 cents. That can stay the same, new line. XJO.ASX, we had a stop loss at 73.19, which we've taken profit on quite a few steps on the way up. We haven't quite, I thought I raised that yesterday, but let's keep it with 73.19. Which has just been executed, new line. We've been long since 69.38. Stopped out for a profit, 21-4-23. Yay, I like that trade. New line. We're looking to buy at 72.03. I'm not so sure about that level at the moment, new line. We also have orders to buy at in SLR.ASX at $1.10 with a 97-cent stop loss. And we also have an order to buy in SVL.ASX 1/2 at 22 cents with a stop loss at 18 cents, new line. And I think we'll wait for the market to come down to us. But if you had been fortunate enough to sell above 25 cents, you might nibble back into 1/2 of what you sold out of. You might. Thanks everybody. Have a good weekend, and remember, I will not be doing the. There will not be a live webinar. I will do a solo recording, or I'll pop it up at ad hoc. That will be for Monday and Tuesday of next week. You know. Have a great Anzac Day long weekend. But they'll probably start saying it's racist because they didn't recognise trans people or something during the wars, and these old blokes who went to war and got shot up in their basket cases for the rest of their lives, and alcoholics were horrible because they went to war when they were 18 or 16, like my grandfather, because he thought he was doing the right thing for their country. Thanks everyone, bye. Thanks, Sue. See you, bye.